welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Mitten Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. This month's scent of the month is pumpkin spice. So everything that is in our shop that is scented pumpkin spice is 25% off. So you can enjoy the fall season with a little fall scent and enjoy that. Got a couple other things on sale, so swing on by, check out our sales, and might find something you like.
I love that one.
I know,
It's
that's your favorite. Although it's a fall scent, we have it all year round for you.
Yep, that's right.
So,
So welcome to new viewers, and thank you for checking us out and giving us a try, and welcome back to returning viewers.
yeah. Thanks for joining with us, sticking with us, putting up with us.
I don't think Fuji wants
I
on
know.
here.
Yeah, there we go. Put her down.
Yep. So Sadie's doing good. My dad's doing good. He had his final surgery this week, and
Yeah, and Sadie's got rid of all her worms, so yeah. After we took her up to the vet, there, you know, she hasn't really had an issue because
No.
the medicine they gave her and everything basically got her on the road to
yeah.
wellness.
So I've been doing homeschooling stuff this week. Been busy with that and getting ready for the craft fair next weekend. And
yeah, one more busy week.
yeah,
Then
how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine.
Everybody on Plurk knows that you weren't having the greatest of mornings.
Yeah, I had a rough morning. I'm a diabetic, and occasionally I get low, and I happened to get low this morning, so that's always a challenge for you.
Yes, it's the challenge for me, trying to get him to drink juice or...
Yeah, it makes me feel really ill, actually, all day. I kind of get a migraine, you know, headache all day long when that happens. And it's only when I'm sleeping and get low. Because during the day I can tell if I'm getting low. So it's just when I'm asleep and my blood sugar drops low and then I wake up. It's like I don't fully pull out of my dream. That's what's pretty wild. So.
And I am the evil one. Because if you've been around anybody who is a diabetic, you know, they get this, when they're low, a paranoia state. I am the poison person.
Oh,
You know, it's like, I will not drink that juice from you.
I wasn't that bad this morning. I knew who 2/3 of our family was.
He didn't know who I was at all. And he couldn't put coherent sentences together.
That's okay.
Yeah, so, but he's...
It's entertaining.
Yeah, it gives me heart failure.
I
What are
know.
you talking about?
So, yeah, I've been a diabetic since I was 10, so, and I rarely have these issues come up, but occasionally they do, and so that's a challenge for you, but
But you got color in your face now, and
yeah, I actually had to sleep most of the day. We were recording late because I was not feeling well. Still got a bit of a headache, but I'm feeling okay. Okay enough to podcast.
yep, you wanted
I'm
to
here.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm here for
The
support.
cat's slapping my butt. And I'm like, what are you doing, trouble?
So, yeah, so
kinda
that was
strange.
that was our fun for the day this morning. So
Yeah, woohoo.
I think it would have been fine if you didn't wake up, because I would have eventually got my juice. But you came out and that threw me off. So
You're standing in the middle of the kitchen in the dark doing nothing.
because you followed me right behind me. If I got up and I just knew that I was low, I would get juice. But it's when you distract me. So it's all your fault. Yeah, just kidding. But yeah, so I'm doing okay. And like I said, it happens so rarely that, you know, it's not.
Just sucks when it does.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm okay.
So,
What else? Farm happenings?
Oh, I guess I didn't ask you what's been happening on your farm.
Oh, yeah, her notes, she kind of left off all the stuff that I normally put in because I was asleep when she was doing the notes. So, farm
You gotta
happenings.
wing it, honey.
Yeah, farm happenings. We got the shader done for the goats. That's all done.
I was going to say, no, it's not.
Well, there's one side that needs to be done, and I ran out of wood, so I have to go get some more wood. But that was yesterday. We got the.
So that's a whole half object. It's not a finished object yet.
It's a 3/4 object.
Smart aleck.
Well, they have shade, and they have
Yes,
basically
I
the
know.
long side is got a wall on it now, and we're gonna do like a put a side on one where they can get blocked out from the wind and stuff. And I'm debating whether to put 3 sides on it, but I don't know. We'll get one side on it and see how they do, and for the most part, we just need to keep them out of the rain. So if it rains, that they have some shelter from that and. Give them shade because they like once I put the roof side up, they kind of follow that along during the day, and they move their food around. It's funny because we have this big green, blue, green, blue like water barrel feeder thing, and they keep moving it around the
Well, they were tossing the little white thing up in the air earlier.
Yeah, we gave them some balls, and they have a big old log of wood in there, and they like to play. It's funny because I was sat out there after I got done. I kind of just sat there to see how they would act, and they get all giddy. It's funny. So they're still pretty young, so they're full of energy, and they were playing with the ball and stuff, and they hitting it with their foot and. It's pretty funny, but yeah, they're quite enjoyable. I like our goats. So.
And they're already where they'll let it eat out of our hands and and nuzzle you while you're out there.
They're really curious. So when you go out there, they'll like come right up to you and like sniff you and stuff. And they get a little spooky, but as long as you're sitting down, they'll come around and stuff. But yeah, they're quite entertaining. So depending on how these go, we might have to get some more. We'll see. Well, that was the plan. Huh?
Did you just say that?
Yeah, well, that was the plan. We were talking about getting more from the get-go, and I'm like, well, we got to see how it goes with the first round. So we'll see. Because the people we got them from may be moving in June of next year, and they're going to Oregon. So I think they're going to be taking some of their goats, but they have about 20 or so, and so we told them to give us a call if they're planning on moving, and we might be interested in buying a couple more.
Because there's the only Angora goats for like
there's
10 hours away. There's no one.
There's not a lot that we could find. I'm sure there are probably some that don't advertise or whatever, but in this area we haven't been able to find any. And the further you go, the more of a challenge it's going to be to bring them back. So. But right now they have
back of the car. Huh?
But they have all they have are Angora goats. So
yeah.
But if they move up to Oregon, it's going to be a long drive. So so that was that. What else on the farm? I was working on one of our quad things, so trying to get that running. That was about it. You guys probably aren't interested in that, but.
So, should we go in the coop?
Let's go in the coop.
There was something about them goats I was going to say, and I can't remember now what it was.
I went to San Diego this week.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Work related.
Yeah.
That was fun. One of the guys the guy that I carpooled with down there, it's funny because he I work with him. I've worked with him for like 2 years, but never really got too much into the personal stuff, but going down there I get to talk to him, and he actually runs pack meals out of the Sierras. He's been doing that for the last 12 years. It's pretty interesting, and he's looking at getting, he works with this organization that does that, but he's thinking about getting his own mules and horses and stuff, because he's got 5 acres, but he's about an hour and a half from us, but he just bought this new place that's got some acreage, and now he's planning on getting horses and mules and stuff. So
I just want a wee little donkey.
A wee little donkey.
A wee little donkey.
Yeah. Mini donkey.
Mini donkey.
Yeah, I won't say the other.
Please. I'm like, oh, here we go.
See what happens. I start off the day ornery, and it just goes from there, huh? So, what's in your coop?
in my Coop, in my wee donkey bag, is the Ripple Rock shawl. This was a pattern gifted to me by Knittables. And this is with our Sincerest Harvest Cakewalk knit along. I didn't get to sleep all day. And this is in the Sincerest.
Oh, you didn't get your nap today, did you? We're traveling into nap territory here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start seeing Dawn fade, and then I'll take over from there.
So I've just done a little bit. Each week I'm just doing a little bit. This is for our, I said that, for our knit along. And that ends the end of November, and you could win this yummy cakewalk yarn. But anyways, back to the I've done, what, an inch and a half, if that. Because my other project is what I really got to going on. This is size 5.
It's your
It's
stinky needles. I think those are 5s.
Someone else I was watching this week mentioned the stinky needles, and I can't remember now who it was, but it was really funny. Maybe it was Carolyn. Might have been Carolyn had stinky needles. I think it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember crap no more. And then where'd my donkey go? Oh, see, my little donkey is always in my donkey bag. And this is from Sherry. It's my Sherry donkey. Sounded kind of like alcohol, huh? Give me some Sherry.
And
this will be the convoluted
Yeah, I was
episode.
gonna say we're gonna have an entertaining episode this day.
So then my other project that I've really been since the 1st, November 1st, in my rooster bag, bird leg bags. Jiminy Cricket Fujian. She keeps digging on the couches. I have no idea where I'm going. November 1st is when I started this. I bought this pattern last week, which is the Rocky Coast cardigan by Hannah Feddick. And this is with the Lion brand Fisherman's Wool in the oatmeal colorway.
You said you were enjoying that one.
I'm getting there. And I wounded it, yeehaw, up into a cake, because whenever I've bought any kind of Lion brand, there's always knots or it gets tangled. So I thought, just to be safe, this is one big old honking cake. Almost broke my winder. I heard it go when I was, it scared the kapooey out of me.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. You might want to see what I did, huh? This is on size 10.5. I swatched with a 10, and I started to go, which I had way too many stitches with a 10. Then I thought, oh, why didn't I just start with the 10.5 like the pattern calls for? So, got gauge with the 10.5 like the pattern said. And I've been working on this.
You've done a lot on that.
And I'm doing the cable without the cable needle. And I thought I was doing it backwards. But I don't think I am, because I rewatched the YouTube video just to refresh my head. And that's the way the chick was doing it. So she was either doing it backwards or... Because when I tried it with the cable, because I thought, well, I was just kind of seeing which way would be easier, because this has a crap ton of cables on it. It was leaning the other way when I did it. So I'm doing it.
As long as you stay consistent.
I'm staying consistent with just how I'm doing it. So, and I am using stitch markers, and it's funny because I had already started doing the stitch markers when I watched Froggy Monkey, and she's doing the Rocky Coast too. And she has stitch markers every 6. because it's just so much easier when you're watching TV. You don't have to pay attention. You know, in between there's 666 because that's where the cables are crossing. So it may look goofy, but if it makes it easier, I say, hey, go for it.
Yeah, you don't have to pay as much attention as you're going through it. You could just,
But I thought that was really cool because I'm like, I squealed when I saw, you know, Amy's stitch markers. I'm like, yay, you know, so. And some of them, because I was mentioning to him, I really like these little just brown, what did I call them?
What do you mean?
What are those round things called?
The O-rings.
O-rings.
He said brown, and I'm like, what brown thing are you talking about?
And I'm like, I need more of these. And he goes, oh, I got a ton of them at a garage sale. So you don't have to get expensive. And what?
I bought I use O-rings quite often and, you know, fixing things. So I bought a kit of O-rings, and I think you get like a 200 and some odd O-rings and for a couple bucks at, you know, Harbor Freight or whatever. But, you know, when I'm garage selling, sometimes I'll come across a kit, you know, you get them for a buck or less. And so I've got a whole bunch of O-rings, and so if you run out of those, I've got, you know, probably a couple thousand O-rings.
And he had green ones too, so. Because I was going to go on Etsy because there was some that had like 25 for $6, and he's like, I got a whole bunch of those. He goes running out, and I'm like, yeah.
I got a couple cases full of them, just different sizes and stuff. But so depending on which needles you're using, I've got them down to little tiny things if you needed to. But
he didn't have pink.
I got blue, and there was a couple other color ones.
I didn't see blue.
I don't have a lot of them, but mainly green because actually the color for my O-ring set is based on what they're manufactured out of. So you can tell by color, but I know they make other colors. I got blue ones, but I don't have a lot of them. So.
Mad 79 Melanie, she's also started this, and I'm kind of doing this because Just Run It Megan of the Stockinette Zombies is like, oh, what's your crazy? And I'm like, she goes, you can knit a sweater, and I'm like, are you insane? I'm like, I got my own knit along to be doing too, but for Megan's crazy, I'm gonna try to get this done in a month instead of a year and a half like last week's sweater. And then I kind of got Carolyn Shirley. She started one too, and I got a text of her because she's knitting the green Rocky Coast to match her military green eyes. Something you guys didn't know about her, and it is. So yeah, there's quite a few of us all knitting this sweater, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I know you're having fun with all the cabling and stuff.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I was thinking, I don't know. I'm got such a sweater bug right now. It's like I finished that one, and I'm like, ooh, must knit more.
Because we're heading into the winter season, you have to be able to wear them.
Yeah.
Can't wear them in the summer.
Or I can wear them next year's winter.
Well, you know, it depends on how long it takes you,
So yeah, that's my only 2 projects, because once I started this on the 1st with the Stockinette Zombies, you know, I was like, that's all I've been wanting to knit on. I did knit on the Ripple Rock this morning. I did like 1 repeat just so I could get more done on it, because that is our knit along.
Yeah, you know.
But I'm also thinking, because I know like Sock Bunny, she's going to do monogamy. That's her crazy. And so I was considering that, but I'm really worried I won't get our knit along done. So I'm like,
yeah.
What's a two biogamy? Maybe I'm going to be, because it's not bigamous. That's bad.
Two projects.
2 projector. That sounds much better than a biogamy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to say so.
So what's in your coop?
In my
Or
coop.
what's your, another thing that Stockinette, let's see, I'm going off on a tangent and it's not in the notes, so don't look.
Imagine that.
The Stockinette snobbies.
I think you need a nap.
I'm mentioning what's your crazy.
What's my crazy?
So what would, yeah, because they were talking about different crazy things that they've done. I didn't think they were too crazy. You guys need to get more wild.
Oh, it's... Oh, that's right. We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah, I kind of hinted to you where we would...
Yeah, what's my crazy? I was crazier when I was younger, so...
Well, yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you did? Just like the fat squirrel. Oh, it's also with the fat squirrel. That's the other podcast doing the whole crazy squirrel along. Crazy squirrel along, yeah. Doesn't sound right.
Yeah. I was crazy. I had some fun when I was a youth. One time we went camping, me and a bunch of my friends, we went camping, and we were, off, just kind of, we had no direction or whatever, and so we thought, oh, we'll just go drive. And so we ended up driving through and going from, like, the desert area up into the sequoias. And we were, going along and just goofing around, and we got the brilliant idea. We were in a truck with a cab, and we thought, the brilliant idea, we'll just stand on the bumper, grab hold of the cab as we're driving down the road. And so it was working along okay for a while there, until we hit a bump.
On a dirt road.
On a dirt road, yeah. So we were cruising along. I mean, we weren't going too fast, maybe 25, 30 miles an hour, and I flew off the back of the truck. That was fun. I didn't get too hurt, but because we had gloves on because we were holding on. But that was one of the many crazy things that just kind of popped into my mind. It's like, how stupid was I? But yeah, so we had
Didn't
fun.
You get cut?
Yeah, I've got a big scar across my shoulder, and I've got a scar. Well, I got a scar on my hand now, but I got kind of chewed up on my hand, and but it was just stupid stuff. Stupid stuff that I did when I was a kid. Don't worry, that's what editing's for.
You're gonna make me laugh. You make me pee.
So that was one of my crazies. I got a whole list, but
we should do it for the whole month, because I was thinking I got a lot of crazy too.
Yeah.
I'm like, which one should I even mention?
Well, there's some crazy we can't talk about. But that's for a whole other thing, so.
Yeah. We don't want it explicit. So I guess one of my crazies was I thought I was a cow. I was, an hour away?
Yeah, we were at the
College of the Canyons, and it's literally College of the Canyon.
It's hills.
It's
and
lots of hills.
Yeah, there's no flat area.
The parking is way down this hill like this, believe me. Really, it felt more like this. But it was much quicker. There's a dirt route that certain people would take. Otherwise, you have to walk clear around the long way to, on the concrete safe area. Tons of trees. I'm giving you the whole picture of this. Well, this is at 9 o'clock at night. And my friend and I thought we would ditch class early and go get some dinner, And I'm like, oh, my car's down there, And she goes, oh, that's closer than hers was further off. And so I go, hey, why don't we take the shortcut? I've seen other people do it, and it's dark. This college didn't have good lighting either. So we're walking, and we start walking down this dirt ravine, steep. And I'm like, walk sideways like a cow. And she goes, what do you mean sideways like a cow? Well, I also have a stun gun with me. Because it's, we're two girls by ourselves, and safety. Forget the pepper spray, I go for the stun gun. And so I have that in my hand, and I go walk sideways like a cow. Because why I think this, I have no idea where this ever came from. I've forever been since teased about walking like a cow. So I turn sideways and start walking down like a cow. Have you ever seen a cow walk sideways down a hill? It sounds so stupid right now as I'm telling it. Well, my foot didn't walk. It stayed here and my body went down and twisted. My foot stayed here, but everything else twisted and I went flying down the hill. Scared the crap out of her. She thought for sure I stunned myself. So she's running down the hill to me. And this is before cell phones. There was no cell phones. And, well, there were. It was in my car, but it was that monstrosity box. You know, you would never carry this thing because it weighed a ton. Plus, you had to plug it into your cigarette adapter thingy in the car. And I'm like, I'm crying. There's people walking by, you know, because I'm down to the parking lot. Didn't say, are you okay? I'm crying because I am hurt. I'm not moving. She's freaking out. I'm like, go to the car and call my parents. You know? Yeah, I broke it bad. I mean, it was a week before they could even think of putting a cast on because all the tendons, muscles, everything was just, it's still screwed up years later. But yeah.
You never do anything easy.
No, and then my parents didn't even take me to the hospital because they didn't want to wait in the ER. So they took me the next day to a doctor to have it x-rayed. And so, yeah.
Crazy stuff.
My walking like a cow.
Lesson today, don't walk like a cow. Don't ride on your back bumper of your truck while it's driving down the road. Yeah. 2 lessons learned. Yeah. So craziness.
Yeah. Craziness.
Yeah. So
tune in next week to see what other crazy junk we've done.
Figure out what I can pull out of that. So.
Yep. So what's in your coop?
What's in my coop? Well,
I kind of diverted.
Yes, you sure did. You kind of sidetracked our discussion.
I would have forgot about it. The crazy.
But let's see. I've started last week. I mentioned I am starting another hat, the wide brim beanie.
By Woolly Wormhead.
Pull this back out again. I think I've got.
You're right.
Yeah. By Woolly Wormhead. I think you guys seen this from the last hat I did. And this is being done out of Dancing Dog Dye Works Chubby Puppy Aran Weight. Give you the whole thing, and it's in there. Frankenweenie colorway. So, working on that. Been working on this one.
Yes.
And oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the color. I had started. I only got a couple rows last week, but you know I did a little bit more on it this week. So
that's cool.
You know, going around, but
you were actually wearing your other one this morning.
Yeah, I stuck that on my head because I was freezing this morning, and that was a whole other thing. So, but yeah, so it's coming along. I actually been focusing more on this than my other project that.
You haven't touched the other project.
I know. I have. I've been focusing on this one.
Yeah.
So.
I was wondering why you even brought it over here.
I have it. I have it here, but you guys know
No
it.
one wants to see it.
Yeah. Everybody keeps talking about me to frog it all out and get a yarn that I actually like, and I don't like giving up on things, so I'll probably just keep working on it a little bit at a time. I just really enjoy this yarn and the needles.
The dancing dog.
Yeah, the dancing dog. That's good yarn, and I'm enjoying the hat, and you know that I don't know. It's a fun knit. That's why I've been working on it.
Cool.
So the other one is
not so
more
fun.
challenging because of the yarn, but I'll get there one of these days. So, but yeah, so that's the only thing I've got in my coop. I think Don's trying to get me to start other things too. So get a couple things going, huh? Not that I have a lot of time.
No.
It's always a time issue. Time is one of those things I don't have an abundance of, it seems like sometimes.
By the way, hope you set your clocks back on Sunday.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're waking up really.
Yeah, if you haven't set it yet, if you are one of the areas that is on daylight savings time, that has done and changed, at least for us this weekend. Some places don't, like Arizona doesn't.
That's the only good thing about Arizona. Oh, well, except for
Well,
Susan. Susan's there.
The Arizona, I think there might be a couple other states that don't, but and it seems like
That is so smart. I don't know why they just don't leave it alone.
Well, they did it for farmers, I guess, or something. It makes no sense. If you need to get up when the sun gets up, you get up when the sun gets up. But that's just, it is what it is.
I get up before the farm.
I know.
Cue the rooster just now. That was perfect.
But yeah, so I don't know. That's for us. We changed our clocks, so we are getting out. We got an extra hour sleep today. I did.
No, you didn't.
I got a lot of extra hours of sleep. I was sleeping in.
So flown the coop. Nothing's flown.
No, actually, it's been one of them weeks. We're getting ready for the craft fair, which is in a week.
Lotions flying. That's what's been flying.
Yeah, because our that's Saturday, so we'll have to kind of get things rolling. I think I'm off on Friday, so help out for that. Always something going on. Fun stuff.
You're just so chatty.
Yeah, I know. You're like ready.
I'm like, this is going to be a quickie.
Is that why you keep rushing me? Yeah. See, I'm not done. Okay. You always get a nap about this time. See, there's 2 times of the day that it gets challenging recording our podcast. Usually we do it early, before lunch.
I am a morningish person.
Yes, you are. Usually we do it early, before lunch, and you're okay. When we run into the lunch thing, which you've probably heard in the past, Dawn gets a little cranky. Then, when we get into the afternoon, she usually gets to take a little bit of a nap, but she's not getting today because of me. And so she might get a little cranky. So she's rushing along. So I'll shut up. I'll let her get done with her. What was the next thing on the thing?
To market.
Oh, to market. Yeah. Why don't you go to market?
Well, I went to market and I bought some of this a month ago, some time ago, to make the vodka lemonade. But I was thinking, I don't like this for the vodka lemonade. I liked it better for, that's a sweater, for the vitamin D sweater that, or the effortless cardigan, I don't know. I have it written down. Anyways, I didn't have enough yardage from switching my mind of the cardigan, so I ordered 2 more skeins just so I would have enough. Because I'm really wanting the vodka lemonade to be pink. So I can say it's a pink lemonade. So this is either the effortless cardigan, which Crafty Girl 83 had given me, or the vitamin D, which Knitting Adder Zena gifted me.
How many skeins did you have already? I don't remember how many you bought.
It was only 1,000 yards. So now I have like 13. Just to be safe. Because I knew the place still had the same dye lot, same color, so I hurried. LittleKnits.com. So, yep. Just to be on the safe side. Oh, it's silky wool. It's 45% wool, 35% silk, 20% nylon, and that's reading it all upside down. And it's in the, what was the color? Neptune blue.
Oh, that's right. I remember when you were helping you pick that out.
Yeah. So, yep. So I got that, and then I bought the, I told you, I've got the sweater bug, and so I got the calligraphy cardigan, which I saw Amanda Knit Psycho. She was wearing it on her last podcast, I think it was. Anyway, she knitted this, and I really, really love it, although she did it in the yummy Mad Tosh yarn. So, I got this for future knitting. This is a Hannah Fettig pattern, too. And I just loved it. It looks so cute on Amanda. Well, I guess it looks cute on her, too, but it's someone I know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, how neat. On the back of her pattern she has like a gallery of her different patterns.
Cool.
And I'm excited that I get gauge on her patterns. Because I don't get gauge on Alana's.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah. Not at all. Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, some people are...
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tighter on my... I was when I started knitting tight on my knit, and I'm kind of relaxing a bit now, so I'm getting a little more... So it's not binding up on my needles now. So
Yeah.
getting a little more...
And then, another thing I went to go get, because if you watch Heather Kinney, the Highland Handmaids Master Dyer, Highland Handmaids Yarn, Fiberista Files podcast. She's all these names, y'all. She's Boutros Babe. I think I got all the names. I'm trying to think if I got all the names. Anyways, she designed this sock pattern, and it's called Don't Cage Me in Socks. And if you go listen to her podcast, she talks about this. And if you like this, you really want to go listen to her podcast and hear her say something special. So here they are. So I thought this would be perfect to do in my Highland Handmaids yarn, the cockerel, my rooster socks. Don't cage me in.
Yeah,
Don't cage in the cockerel.
There's always some...
Yeah, so I thought, how perfect is that? It just made me so happy. And it's cool because it looks like chicken wire.
Oh, okay.
Don't it? I thought I got the biggest hoot out of that.
Oh, I see on the top. The bottom I didn't see, but the top I see where that's...
So that is like the perfect.
Cool.
So perfect. So, yep. Makes me happy when things just
fall into place.
Yep. So now, squeal. That didn't come out right. Squeal like a pig. Still didn't sound right. Oh well.
Good enough.
Apple Blossom SF Sarah the other day saw this pattern and sent it to me because she said, it just reminds me of you. I don't know why Sarah would think that. Isn't that the cutest?
Candy corn.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I thought it'd be cool to get real chunky yarn and dye it in these colors and then knit it so it'd be humongo candy corns.
Can you adjust the pattern for different sizes or not?
Yeah, although this is for fingers. So these are going to be wee
little tiny
these are going to be wee little candy corns, which would be cool pulled in a whole bowl.
Yeah, use some
These
size 14 needles with chunky yarn, and you end up with a candy corn the size of...
Yeah, I was thinking that'd be a cool pillow too. So yeah, I'm sure you can adapt it.
Like your Crayola crayon, huh?
Oh yeah, you want to talk about crazy. How many minutes? That'll be a whole other story.
Maybe for next week.
My crayon. Ugh. Yeah, so thank you, Sarah. And then this morning, or afternoon, I was in Walmart and checking out, and I felt, my phone vibrate, and I saw I had a message, and, oh, you've been sent a Ravelry pattern. And I clicked it, and I read the message, and I'm sitting there in line, smiling and crying. You want to see people give you weird looks? Although there was some really weird characters in Walmart at the time I went.
Thanksgiving's not over.
Halloween! What is with you?
I don't know. Halloween's not over.
No, it wasn't. And they full force.
Yeah.
So, Mad79 Melanie sent me the Piper's Journey pattern by Paula of the Knitting Pipeline podcast. And this is just gorgeous. I just love this. And Melanie's message was just too sweet.
step.
Yeah.
Putting up with your husband.
So, there's no way I could ever read her message out loud. I'd start crying again. But yeah, my buddy Melanie.
Yeah.
And which is insane of her to do, because with all the crap she is dealing with right now, she is in the midst of the after effects of Hurricane Sandy or Frankenstorm or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Ick. You know, she was hit hard, and people around her, you know, it's like, I was just glad she was able to get eggs and bread and stuff the other day, because, you know, there's nothing over there, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, all of the damage and just aftermath of that.
Yeah, because she put pictures and, ugh. So, if you guys want to help anybody with the hurricane, I'm going to go in the arena, because it just falls into it. Hurricane Sandy help, Red Cross, I can't think of it. You can text Sandy 9099, and it will send $10 to, it's $10 of your money to donate, and it doesn't just send it, you know, to the Red Cross. You can go online to the redcross.com and donate money to help get food. I know we have a lot of Edison and stuff being flown back to that whole area.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a big push of getting, you know, some of the
power and
extra crews from other areas to go over there, because there's such damage over there.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lot to get them back, you know, functional. You know, it's
and the cleanup once they are functional is just going to be. Ugh. There's also a Hurricane Sandy fundraiser group on Ravelry, and I will link that. That is the name of the group. It's that long of a name. And there they have different pattern designers that are donating proceeds from their pattern sales to the Hurricane Sandy relief. There's also Subway Knits Ravelry group. She's a audio podcaster, Venus Fueri Maria. She is having a raffle in her group, because I think she's in New York. I'm pretty sure she's in New York herself. She's saying the subways, the NYU hospital, they're having to transfer patients, and it's just a big mess. So she's having a big raffle in her Ravelry group to help also. And in the main Hurricane Sandy fundraiser group, she's even listed as one of the things. So I will link her directly to her group, though, too, in the show notes. So you can, if you want to help, you know, just putting it out there, and you know, our hearts just go out.
Just so much going on over there that, you know, it's going to take a long time to kind of get things back to, you know, as functional, not just normal, but functional, because of the devastation that hit back there. So, you know, New Jersey, New York, all of that, you know, that went right into that area, but everything around that, you know, the storms and stuff.
I was just so glad to be able to text, you know, the technology is just amazing, you know, that Melanie was able to text, you know, because I'm a worrywart.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah,
so
keep
help if you
all
can.
of them, you know, even if you can't help, you know, keep them in your thoughts, prayers, you know.
Yeah.
Send them even messages, you know, and so I'm going to go through some other charities. We still, the Knittin' in the Sun podcast is still doing the drive for the hats for troops. Artists Maybe, the Kodiak's Worth a Purpose. KWAP just sounds so weird. And that when Sadie of the Yarn and War podcast says it, I always think she's saying crap. And I'm like, what's she saying that for? The crap.
KWAP, huh?
KWAP. KWAP. Sound like Daffy Duck saying crap. Poor Sadie. She's going to want to smack me one day. Shh. In fact, the Omnivore podcast is having a prizes and stuff when you donate to the QAP. And that's for Mary's daughters wanting to get knitted items for the homeless. Socks, hats, scarves, mitts, anything warm. Because it's in Canada and they get it cold. So any warm stuff. So those have been listed in our group. Silly Fru's still collecting hats for her grandma for the homeless. And she needs them by the end of November because they're actually being blessed at a church service on December 1st. Oh. So I thought...
Get them out early and
yeah,
so they
make
can
sure
get
they
them
get
in time
there and, you know, so pretty
cool.
awesome. TB McCarthy, Tracy, started a new group. It's called Super Tie Group on Ravelry. And this is for a little guy. I can't remember how it's either her friend. I can't remember now. But it's a 2-year-old who fought cancer. Or he was 3. He was 5. He was 5 years old. I'm looking at the dates. Yeah, I'm not too bright with numbers. We've already been over that. Well, there's more numbers here than what... That's what was confusing me.
Oh, yeah.
His name's Ty, and he was 5 years old when he passed away, and he fought cancer for 2 years. So the whole group is dedicated to Ty and his love for superheroes, and so they're trying to figure out some way to keep his memory alive and, you know, donate either like capes. I think it'd be really cute to donate pink or blue capes, you know, for kids who are going through this, or, you know, or do hats with like Superman emblem or something on it in his memory. So that's another group to check out if you want to do some charity knitting. And, you know, because especially at this time of year, the giving is, you know, people are more giving at this time of year. So if you're looking for something to give, you know.
It's a good cause.
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah, what?
Just checking on you. You kind of, I heard you dwindle. There's also the Healing Hearts Child Advocacy Center. This is with the Girlfriends Knitting podcast, which is Carolyn Kosh-Shirley. And she's asking for some donations for an auction. They're going to be a silent auction in December. Her significant other, Amy, works at this center or deals with them. And it's a nonprofit agency that provides safe and child-friendly atmosphere for child victims of abuse and assault. And it's a safe place so they can tell their story and what happened to them. And I've already sent her some stuff for this fundraising thing. And you know, if you guys would like to send a shawl or a hat or, you know, something that can be donated to earn some money for this. And because that's near and dear to me because I specialized when I was working with sexually abused kids. And so it's a way to, you can go to the group and see what this is all about, but it's a way for them not to have to tell their story to a million people, like the officer, the hospital, the counselor, the psychiatrist. You know, it's where they can tell it one time, and which would be just wonderful for them, you know.
Yeah, not as traumatic and reliving the thing over and over and over again.
So yeah, and if you want to lift up some prayers for Carolyn Kosh-Shirley, she's had some really bad news yesterday of her dad, and so just send her some love, hugs, messages, or just think about her. And I don't want to get into it because it's not my place, but, you know, Carolyn means a lot to me, so just wanted to... I put up a thread in her group, so if you want to just go tell her you love her and thinking of her, and I'm sure she would like to read those messages. And so,
yeah,
I just Oh, Roundup. I just hate seeing my friends hurt. It just really gets to me. I'm very
emotional.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
And so
you're tied to a lot of people, and
yeah,
you have that bond.
Yeah. So I don't like seeing my friends hurting. So many on Plurk and stuff are hurting right now and going through things, and it's I take too much in.
Yeah.
Roundup.
Good stuff.
Hatchinette. October winners. Dun, 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 dun. This is for 2 Wolf Farm $10 gift certificates, and there were like 400 and...
Yeah, there was a lot of Hatchinette this month.
Yeah, 475 or 4... I typed it into my number generator, but then it doesn't keep that number. It just starts throwing out the generated number. It actually did number 1. Huh. That was me. I won. So the first number was number 355, which is Angie Ship. Angie Ship. Angie. I ship ANGEISHIP, which is Andrea. She's not even an Angie.
Angie's ship. I don't know.
But her name's not Angie, it's Andrea. That's what confused me. She had a beautiful shawl on there. So you won.
Cool.
So contact me with your email where we can send you the gift certificate.
Yeah. And
our other winner was number 263, which was Knitgram.
Oh.
See, I'm going to say it right. Marsha. Because remember when she sent me the sock, mini sock skeins, I called her Marcia. Because here, that's how...
Yeah, I know she had contacted you to let you know how to pronounce it.
I said it right, Marsha.
So...
I still have to think of that, though. When I see her name. It's like, Knitgram. Black and white doggy picture.
She had a
charity hat. So. Yeah, so that was really cool. So yay, guys!
Thank you both.
Yep.
Actually, thank you everyone for entering.
Yeah, all the entries. I always feel so bad. I want to give them to them all. So, because it's just exciting seeing all the projects, and my queue gets longer and longer, and.
Yeah. Well, we got another Hatchinette for November, so enter your finished objects there.
Yeah, the end of this month we'll have the Hatchinette November and the Cakewalk, Harvest Cakewalk prizes.
Yeah, so don't forget.
Yeah.
Make your entries, and it's lots of good stuff to be won.
Yep.
So, anything else? I don't know what else we got. Our table seems empty. Usually we have like this mountain of stuff on our table.
Yeah, and I'm pulling,
and I don't know, we've just been... table's empty and we've been busy, so I don't even know that we got our...
No, that was it.
That's it? Okay. I guess that's it. And
so until next time,
let's get cracking
and
hatchinette.
Bye, y'all.